And we thank you for staying with us. One Book, One Bronx is a Bronx-based arts not-for-profit seeking to restore the importance of cultural identity through reading. Joining us now and sharing more about the upcoming event that's taking place is Ron Cavanaugh. He is the Executive Director of Literary Freedom Project, and we welcome him back to being with us. It's been a little while, but good to have you.
Good to be here. Thank you so much.
Good. So, One Book, One Bronx.
Yeah, we're trying to literally get the entire Bronx focused on one book. So often, you buy a book and you don't stick with it, you don't like it. What we're trying to do is provide a support system for people who want to read one book throughout the borough. So we are currently in 2 locations, Bronx Art Space and Casita Maria. We are reading the book by Natasha Topley, Girl in the Mirror. It's basically a memoir that she wrote about her family migrating from the South, coming up to Chicago. And it's just a way for us to get more people reading great books in the Bronx. And these books often reflect like the demographics, the gender, the economics of people in the Bronx.
Reading and literacy is a huge thing. We know in the borough we've struggled with literacy. How do you find things are coming along?
I think they're coming along great. I'm not the only book club in the Bronx. There's the Bronx is Reading, there's the Bronx Book Festival. We just opened up, not we, but there's a new bookstore in the Bronx, the Lit Bar. So more and more people are kind of gravitating back towards books and literature. I think we're an adult book club, and I think in that space, it gives like the adults some access to the importance of reading, the importance of literacy, but in their children's lives. Many of our members have children, they are, caregivers. So what we're trying to do really is like create like a intergenerational space for people to learn about books, learn about reading, but also the importance of literacy and the importance of books and reading in the lives of everyone in the household. So often it's like, kids must read, but really adults must read also, and that's what we're really trying to do.
And next Tuesday, let's go over that event.
So actually tonight we have a book club at Casita Maria. We're reading Girl in the Mirror. We're finishing up that book. Then next week is our last meeting in both locations. Next Tuesday, we're at Bronx Art Space. Next Wednesday, we're at Casita Maria. We're reading the same book, Girl in the Mirror. And we're trying to wrap that book up, but each book club, the great thing is we have discussions. So we don't read at the meetings. We discuss the books at the meetings. And sometimes we don't talk about the books at all. Sometimes we talk about the social issues that are related to the book. And that's what we're really trying to do, is like generate conversations around the book. It's not so much about, hey, come together, sit down and read quietly. We're kind of noisy in our discussions about the books. That's most important.
How those discussions go?
They're fantastic. We have, again, we have retirees in the group, we have students in the group, we have people of all genders, all races in the group. We try to provide a safe space, so we don't want anybody kind of coming in there angry and wanting to attack, but we really want to discuss whatever the subject matter is. Migration is so important as far as a news topic right now with Trump and the border. So, to discuss Natasha Topley's story of her family migrating from Alabama all the way up through Chicago, and it really traces those 3 generations that it took for her to get to Chicago. So we're having conversations about migration right now, and we're having conversations about the choices that parents have to make, sometimes leaving their children behind, and it's almost tangential to the book. So the book is saying one thing, but there's so much in the news right now that kind of leads this conversation.
Yeah, a lot of topic of conversation.
And that's what we really want to do more than anything. So we want you to come, we'll give you a free book, hang out, but it's not really about the book. It's about the subject matters that we can generate and the conversations that we can generate from reading that book.
Do you find that more people are really becoming engaged?
Yes.
You do? Okay, yeah.
Trump has kind of like shifted our way of thinking, and we cannot be passive anymore. We really have to think about the issues that he is kind of confronting. And more people, like a normal book club, you might have 8, 10 people. We've had as many as 45 people come together, 40 people. Last week, we actually had the author there, and 20 people came. So people want to have conversations. People want to discuss books, but more important, they want to discuss ideas around the books.
So I'm gonna give you this book versus Kindle, right? So many people are talking about Kindle. I'm old school. I like the book. I like the book in my hand. But talk to me about that little,
So I'm the worst person to ask that question because I read on the Kindle.
Oh, really?
And
Get out of here.
And people are always shocked by that. I also listen to audiobooks.
Right. Oh, okay.
I don't care how you consume a book.
Right.
Just consume books. So if you just want to read the old-fashioned paper book, cool, stick with that.
Right.
The Kindle,
man.
the Kindle gives me the Kindle gives me a level of freedom so that I can read wherever I go and I don't have to carry a book with me. The Kindle fits in my pocket. My Kindle has 5 books on it right now.
Right.
So I couldn't carry 5 books wherever I went, whenever I wanted to go. So the Kindle just works for me. But again,
I like to find those pages and go back.
Then stick with it. Stick with it. But the Kindle works for me. And sometimes I read both. So for the book club, we go by pages.
Right.
And some Kindle books don't have pages. So I kind of like have to keep track of where I am in the Kindle, but also locate that in the book. So whatever,
whatever
read.
Whatever works better.
Just read.
You just read, right?
Just read.
Let's get people connected. So upcoming opportunities for people to be a part.
They can come tonight, Casita Maria. Next week, Tuesday, we're at Bronx Art Space on 140th. Then Wednesday, we're again at Casita Maria on Simpson Street in Hunts Point.
All right. Well, I'm gonna be redundant. I'm gonna tell people the same thing again, so that way they know. All right.
That's all right.
That's all right.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you.
Yeah, same here.
All righty. Listen now, the One Book, One Bronx Girl in the Mirror event. Again, we've got the information just in case you didn't get it. It's right there on the screen for you. Taking place Tuesday, October the 8th, 6:30 to 8:30, or I should say 6:30 to 8 at Bronx Art Space, and that's located 305 East 140th Street. Now, if you want more information, please visit their website at onebookonebronx.com or email info@literaryfreedom.org. Now, unfortunately, we've come to the end of our show today. I want to thank all of you for joining us. I want to thank all of our guests for being here. Listen, we encourage you always to stay connected to us here on Open. I want to thank you for those who've been watching on Optimus Channel 67 and Verizon Fios Channel 33. And then also, if you want to catch us on a previous episode, this episode, World Wide Web. Also want to give a special shout out to those watching on MNN, as Open is being broadcast live simultaneously on the MNN channel. I want to say hello to my sister Ann and the family and all who are watching. And listen, be sure to keep this channel wide open. Rena Valentine will be back with a brand new fresh episode on Friday. Tomorrow you get the recable cast of this particular show. So listen, take care. God bless. We'll talk to you soon.